Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Becky and I am here with layout number 1 for Mini Kit Monday, January 2020. I do want to remind you up front to check the links down below to see all the other ladies and visit their channels who are participating this month in Mini Kit Monday. We do have 2 guest designers in the month of January. We have Katelyn and also Belinda. They will be linked down below with the normal ladies, our regular ladies, our Mini Kit Monday ladies. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I am using the bingo card inspiration piece that Traci had put together. I am going to use column number 1. It is wood grain paper, punch, pink, flare, and buttons. I'm going to go ahead and start out with this piece right here. It is a piece of French vanilla, close to my heart French vanilla cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and trim it down to 11.5 by 11.5, I believe. And I'm going to go ahead and stick it down on this paper. Now, this paper I was going to go ahead and use as my pink, right? So it is going to be as my background here for the time being. I did also cut down these other 2 papers. You can see in the top right hand corner of your screen, I am going to be using a sketch. This sketch is pinned over on my Pinterest board. I will try to have that linked down below as well. This sketch is actually 8.5 by 11 and it is by Citrus Twist Kit. But I am going to be using it as a 12 by 12. Right here I'm pulling out the pieces I think I want to use to embellish. These are from the compliments pack from the Spruced Up collection from Close to My Heart. I am going to be using those floral or fauna pieces or whatever they're called, leaves. And also I'm going to be using zip strips on this as well. Now those pink hearts, those are from that pink paper that's in the background, and then the ones with the leaves on it is from the Close to My Heart. Right there, I just took a picture of that so that I would remember where I have everything placed. I'm going to go ahead and use some of the stamps that I had pulled out with my kit. I'm going to go ahead and stamp out several trees. I am going to be using the sugar plum color, and I'm also going to be using the julep color. Now right here I am going to be using this stamp and thin cut set, also Close to My Heart. It is the Spruced Up collection, which is the featured collection for the month of January over at Close to My Heart. So I'm going to be using this tree, and I'm also going to pull out a deer and a buck. And again, I am going to be using the sugar plum ink and also the julep ink. The julep ink is the ink of the year over there at Close to My Heart. Now I am going to stamp these out. I'm going to go ahead and go off screen to cut them out with my Big Shot, because that would just make this video too long if I tried to keep it in here. I did want to use this stamp for my title, so I do pull the big sentiment off of the stamp. It says "So Cozy," and I want it to go down there at the bottom. But first I thought, well, maybe I should go ahead and stick some of these things down. I will cut out a bit of this part because my head does get in the way quite a bit, so no one wants to see that. So we go ahead and fast forward right here. I'm going to go ahead and commit to the way I had originally had these laid down. Actually, I think originally I had one of the zip strips over the photograph and I really liked that. And I actually wanted to run with that idea, but I'm not going to end up doing that. I do just keep them kind of layered on top of each other. I don't actually go over the photo. I forgot that is what I wanted to do. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and put down the leaves that I had pulled out. The bottom leaf, I just stuck down with some adhesive, and this one I pop up some of the leaves with a little bit of foam tape, and then I use that art glitter glue to hold down the stem part of it. I'm going to do the same thing with this part. Well, actually I'm not going to use the foam tape, but I am going to use the art glitter glue to hold down just the stem so that the leaves can lift up off the page. Here's where I go ahead and commit to these bottom strips. This is a strip I was talking about, well, this one right here, where I originally had over the photo, and I forgot I wanted to do that. I really like it when I can put things over the photo. I think it's really a cool technique, but oftentimes I will forget that that's was my intention. So maybe on the next one, maybe I'll remember to do that. Right here, I am going to go ahead and stamp my title. It is So Cozy, and I missed some ink right there. I just pointed to it on the side of the C. Yeah, I didn't get that stamped ink that stamp inked well enough, but that's okay. I will use one of those little deers to kind of cover up where I messed that up. Now, I didn't really need to do that because I'm also going to be pulling out a shimmer pen that is in the sugar plum color, and I'm going to go over the whole title with that shimmer pen just to give myself a little bit of sparkly color down there. Here I'm layering up some of the trees. They're going to go over here on the right hand side of the photo, and I'm also going to put some down at the bottom right hand side near that title, and actually over to the left hand side of the title as well. So a lot of my embellishments on this page come from stamped images, although I do have those complement pieces. So what do we have now? We had wood grain, punch, pink, flare, and buttons. So really the only thing we have on here at this point is pink. I did pull out a wood grain paper, and my intention was to cut it up and put it behind the photo, but when I flipped that striped paper over and saw the green, I really liked that. So my wood grain didn't end up getting used right here. So I will have to go and find a way to incorporate that in there so I can get that whole column put down. Here I am going to go ahead and commit to this down here. I do trim off the edges and put the pink diagonal stripe background behind here. This little row of stickers is off the sticker sheet from the Spruced Up collection by Close to My Heart. Now here I think is where I realize, the wood grain paper did not make it. So I'm going to go find my wood grain paper. Oh, nope, lie. I found my punch because I did not use a punch. So I found this punch, and I am just going to cut these little scallopy circle, hollowed circle bits, and I'm going to stick one over to the right and one over to the left. So there is my punch. That is number 2 in the column. And maybe this might be where I look back at it. Nope. I am going to pull out this deer right here. It's white. I love this effect right here. It's tone on tone kind of. He is over the tree with color a little bit, but he's also over that French vanilla cardstock as well. Very nice effect. I like how that looks. So I'm going to stick that deer right there. And here's where I'm going to go ahead and pull in that wood grain paper. Now I did waste an entire piece of paper just on a 1/4 inch border around the whole thing. I know that's one of my favorite papers in that Spruced Up collection, and I really did just use it as a border. I should be ashamed of myself. I am not though, because this came out really pretty. I am using that sugar plum ink just to ink the edges kind of haphazardly, a little bit messy on the sides of that French vanilla cardstock, and then we're going to go ahead and commit to it and put it down. Right like that. So I looked at this a little bit more. Here I lost some footage, as you can see. Now I did put 3 buttons down. There's one at the top, and there's 2 down there by that tone on tone deer that I put down. And then I also added a flare button that is on the left hand side of the photo right there. I don't know who that's from. It's a dark wood grain with a deer on it. So that's going to serve as my flare. Right here I did just go over the So Cozy with that sugar plum shimmer pen, and I also used it to give myself some splatters. And then here I'm just taking some trees from that same stamp set, and they're little tiny trees, and I just inked out a couple of those, stamped out a couple of those with some mink colored ink by Close to My Heart. After I do that, guys, I don't do anything else. So we have accounted for the wood grain, the punch, the pink, the flare, and the buttons. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure you check the links down below and check out the other ladies participating in Mini Kit Monday, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.